Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. You're watching News Now with me, Sumita Karir. And Phase 3 of Lok Sabha polls are currently underway. 93 constituencies across the country are voting. The total voter turnout till 3 p.m. was almost 51%. In fact, key candidates, very interesting candidates in the fray this time around, with union ministers including Amit Shah, Prahlad Joshi and Mansukh Mandaviya polling for Gujarat, Goa and Karnataka. In fact, Chhattisgarh will also conclude today. Meanwhile, voting for Anantnag Rajouri seat in Jammu and Kashmir was deferred to now Phase 6, and sporadic incidents of violence were reported in West Bengal and some villages in Uttar Pradesh witnessed poll boycotts as well. In fact, the Prime Minister also cast his vote today in Ahmedabad, which falls under the Gandhinagar Lok Sabha seats. Here's what he said today right after he cast his vote.
तीसरे चरण का मतदान है। मैं देशवासियों को विशेष रूप से आग्रह करूंगा कि लोकतंत्र में मतदान ये सामान्य दान नहीं है। हमारे देश में दान का एक महात्म्य है और उसी भाव से देशवासी ज्यादा से ज्यादा मतदान करें। आज तीसरे चरण का मतदान है। अभी और करीब करीब 3 सप्ताह चुनाव अभियान चलेगा। 4 मतदान के दौर आगे भी हैं। मेरा गुजरात में मतदान के नाते यही एक जगह है जहां मैं रेगुलर मतदान करता हूं और अमित भाई यहां से भारतीय जनता पार्टी के उम्मीदवार के रूप में चुनाव लड़ रहे हैं।
Alright, so the Phase 3 election is in areas, remember, that are BJP strongholds. In 2019, the party won 72 out of the 92 seats that are going to polls today, and 26 of them are in Gujarat alone. Meanwhile, we caught up with Kailash Adhikari, the MD of Governance Now, who believes that the BJP would strengthen its tally in Phase 3 when Phase 3 ends. He also added that BJP will make gains in the southern part of the country as well. But what will exactly lead to that? Listen in to what he told to us earlier in the day.
I certainly believe that BJP will increase its tally from 74 out of this 93 seats. If you see, in most of the areas now, heavyweight union ministers are also today in fray. And in Maharashtra, there's a very typical, battle in Baramati. It's Pawar versus Pawar. So I believe that the BJP-led NDA will definitely increase its tally from 74 out of the 93 seats, and looking at the target, that the ambitious target of 400 par that BJP has set. And 4th June will be a surprise, as South will help BJP to cross that number. We have seen how Honorable Prime Minister as well as other union ministers and the kind of push that the Bharatiya Janata Party has led into the South. We'll definitely see not only just plain simple inroads, but we'll see good amount of fair share of vote share, which is resulting into the number of seats. Be it Tamil Nadu, be it Kerala, Karnataka. Karnataka will provide huge gains for the Bharatiya Janata Party.
Alright, so Kailash Adhikari, the MD of Governance Now, being really bullish on how the party overall will perform in the country, but also specifically from the southern part of the country. And now let's get you ground reports from Karnataka and Ahmedabad, where my colleagues are stationed. Let's first go across to Mohit, who's filing this report from Ahmedabad.
BJP has all the 26 seats over here, and even if BJP loses 1 or 2 seats, that will be seen as a setback. That will not be seen as BJP gaining 24 or 25 out of 26. So clearly, as you clearly mentioned, that it's a laboratory of the BJP when it comes to the Hindutva politics, when it comes to the BJP politics. And Prime Minister Narendra Modi has been the Chief Minister of Gujarat for a long time, and this is the place from where he went from the state to the central politics. And Gujarat model was everything that the Prime Minister and the BJP talked about in 2014 before the general elections. And Gujarat is the place which is synonymous with development, with industries, and people over here. Since morning we have been speaking to various people over here. They say that development for them is a big issue, but yes, they also say that they will be voting on the face of Prime Minister Narendra Modi. Though Prime Minister Narendra Modi has shifted his base to Varanasi when it comes to his Lok Sabha constituency, when it comes to him being Prime Minister, he has shifted to Delhi. But people over here say that because Prime Minister Narendra Modi is the son of soil in Gujarat, from Gujarat, they will be voting for him. That is what the people who gathered over there to welcome Prime Minister Narendra Modi when he came to cast his vote say.
This election is very significant for Mallikarjun Kharge because after he became president of the All India Congress Committee, this is the first parliamentary election the party is facing under him, and a win from Gulbarga is very important for Mallikarjun Kharge, and the candidate for Congress is none other than his son-in-law Ramakrishna. He's been pitted against the BJP's Umesh Jadhav in 2019. Umesh Jadhav had won against Mallikarjun Kharge from the Gulbarga constituency. So of course Gulbarga has been the Congress stronghold since the 1960s. Kharge has, he had been elected as an MLA from this constituency multiple times, and both in 2009 and 2014, Mallikarjun Kharge became an MP from Gulbarga. But in 2019, to the surprise of everybody, especially the workers of the Congress party, Mallikarjun Kharge lost the seat to Umesh Jadhav. This time, the BJP has once again pitted Umesh Jadhav from the same constituency. The incumbent MP is again fighting for a second consecutive term. And of course, the Prajwal Revanna case that's been turning out to be a huge controversy from the state of Karnataka for the past 1.5 weeks is having some ground level impact in Gulbarga too. The public we spoke to, they are very much aware of the details of the Prajwal Revanna case, and this might turn out to be disadvantageous for the BJP, not only in Gulbarga but also the rest 13 constituencies where the polling is happening in the third phase today.
Well, that's all as far as the elections are concerned. But
if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.